welcome to my Susquehanna series of paintings here. I have a series of plein air paintings, and this is a large studio painting that I'm working on here now. And when you first saw me, I think I'm going to turn off the music so you can hear me a little bit better. When you first saw me here, you can come into the painting. I was just adding some touches to these trees here in the foreground, and what I was doing was slightly bringing up the lights because there's a slight difference in figure ground. It was quite subtle between the background and the trees here. It was slightly lighter, and I was just kind of bringing that out a little bit. If you want to step back today, one of the final things that I was doing here was I was lightening and warming a lot of these clouds, so we have a difference in hue and value. So what I was doing was warming these clouds with a slate Naples yellow color that I use a lot, and white. And in fact, I'll show you right here if you want to come down to the palette here how I was doing that. So I was mixing some white and a little bit of burnt umber and just a touch of black here to get this kind of warm color here. Just test it out here. I think I need to go a little bit lighter. There we go. So just to add a variety of hues and values. So it goes through a series of warm tones here up to this kind of mauve-ish color, this lavender color. And the clouds, what I've done here is I've used some photo reference, but I've invented a lot of it, and the whole composition I've orchestrated, and that's a good word here, is to thinking how this flows together. And the way I'm conceiving of it is kind of a spiral kind of rhythm here. And another thing I'm doing is overlapping clouds. So we have an overlapping layer here, one here, and then there's a kind of a group here, this one overlapping this one. And even within here, there's like a section here that, so we get an idea of spatial relationships between them. And the overall composition, I was thinking of this cultivated topography of the fields coming in this way, and then the valley going back through, and then up through the clouds. So it has a kind of overall movement as I was conceiving of it. And it has some what I call sfumato, or it was Leonardo's word. I like to use that. It basically means atmospheric perspective here. So we have a lightening of value going back into space. So it helps to create this depth through atmospherics. So we get progressively lighter as we go back, and then the sun here, and then we have the atmospherics of the sun here. Too, the scene is French Azilum. It's the Susquehanna River Valley between Towanda and Wyalusing, and it's just a beautiful valley, Horseshoe Valley. The history of it was Marie Antoinette was scheduled to come here. It was one of her possible locations in the 1790s. So this whole valley was filled with a French settlement here back in the day, and now it's a historic center, which is where our festival is, our Susquehanna Summer Solstice Fest. So I'm going to show you a couple other ones. This is the same valley here. If you look at this, this is a nocturne, but it's on the other side of the river. In other words, the one that I was doing there was looking upstream or kind of north, and this is looking downstream south. And it's a nocturne with once again these clouds that I've orchestrated in the evening. And then if you step back here, I'll show you this other series of Susquehanna scenes, and these were done plein air. This first one that you're looking at is the Susquehanna at Tunkhannock, and it's done from a overlook Avery Mountain. In fact, on my YouTube channel, if you look back in there of November of 2023. You can see me actually painting this, and this amazing thing happened while I was painting it. This hang glider, I noticed like this little dot back in the distance. I didn't include him in there, but while I was painting it, he actually came up to like 30 or 40 feet. He flew right up towards me while I was painting it. So look for that. And then over here, it's the same scene. If you come over to this one, it's the same scene, but I just did this one in August of this year, but different feeling and different lighting conditions. It was also in the late afternoon, but this one's a sunset, the other one's a nocturne, and took slight different hues and a feeling to it. And this one is another Susquehanna scene from near Wailusing, and it's done from an overlook there. And this last one here is also a plein air painting done right on location at French Azilum, Pennsylvania. Okay, so these are my series of new paintings of the Susquehanna River in Bradford County, Pennsylvania, but they're available here at the North Star Art Gallery in Ithaca, and also at the Main Street Gallery. I have a group of paintings down there, and that's in Kingston, Pennsylvania. So look for these on my website, briankeeler.com, or northstarartgallery.com. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little tour here of my paintings, and I hope it was instructive. Okay, thanks so much. Cheers.